Hey, I've been wanting to tell you about my other cars in my collection. This one is my favorite. I've had it for about 7 years. I bought it off of Craigslist. It's a real 1969 Superbee, 4-speed, 383 car with Ram Air originally. But when I got it, it was no engine in it, no transmission in it. The hood was gone. It was pretty bad shape. It was a pretty interesting story. It's probably the last cheap muscle car I'll ever be able to afford. But it's on Craigslist. The guy had it down south of Danville, Virginia, in North Carolina. It's such a small town, I don't even remember the name of it. And he had a small place with 20 cars, some muscle cars. He had two Superbees. And one was 2500 and one was 2000. And he said one of them was automatic, one was 4-speed. I was like, but I called him. He said, sold one. I was like, yeah, he probably sold the 4-speed. He's like, no, I sold the automatic because it was cheaper. Guy didn't have as much money, so I was like, well, I will be down there to get it. You can hold it. I'll be there. So drove there the next day and gave him the money and hauled it home. But let me show it to you up close. I'd always wanted a 69 Superbee, so I started collecting parts for it even before I owned the car. I didn't know if I'd find a Superbee, but I was hoping to find some kind of Coronet or something. Even if it was just a regular old two-door no name, but I got lucky and found this, and I'll probably never find another one. So the hood was missing. I had a hood ready. I found this at a swap meet for pretty cheap. Bought a big load of 69 Superbee parts, or well, Coronet parts, for cheap from a guy who'd done one, and he was selling what he had left. And I put those scoops on it. And this could be a Ram Air hood if I just got to cut the holes. And I just bought this air cleaner. It was from a place in Washington State. They sold everything. Came out pretty cheap. It was like, well, by the time I paid for everything, shipped it, it's about $600. So also I had the engine ready. And I do have the factory engine for it, but it was in bad shape, and I still got it. But this one I already had rebuilt and ready to go, so just put it in. It came with the factory 4-speed, and it was in good shape. I had a transmission guy check it out, but it didn't need any major work. The radiator is a new old stock radiator from an earlier 60s vehicle that fit perfectly, except for the brackets. I had a guy mount the brackets on there. But even though it's a new radiator, it doesn't cool it enough, so I got another radiator there in that box that I'm going to eventually put in it. Paid big money for the 3-speed wiper motor. It was a new one, I think, or really well rebuilt one, but I think it was new. It was like $600, so it must have been new. It needed a grill, and I had a grill lying around. Needed bumpers. I had bumpers. It's got 15 by 6 inch steelies that painted the factory color. Had a windshield put in. In fact, I had the whole dash out of it at one point to paint it. The factory flat blue. There's the VIN number. Never off of it. But it's easier to, when you're rebuilding the entire dash, it's easier to just take the whole dash out and do it that way. And it got all new gauges and a new AM FM radio. Well, not new, but new to the car. And I kind of skimped on that. It's a lot cheaper to buy this style RPM gauge than the TikTok tack, so did that. And that AM FM radio, I think it works. It, you know, these things are lucky to. Oh yeah. I live out in the country, so I just rarely get a decent channel. But I just paid a lot of money for that too. This new wheel. Had the interior done with legendary material. The back panels were original to the car, and the front ones I found off eBay. I don't know how I got so lucky, but they were factory 1969 blue and really reasonable condition, a reasonable price. So I got lucky there. Some of the old stickers, I left them on. I had the top put on when I had the interior done. I mean, you know, should have fixed some things, but I didn't get around to it. Wasn't really worried about the body. I wanted to leave it original looking. That's the worst of the rust. So, a little bit around here, but it's kind of a Joe Dirt look. And the rear bumper is something I put on, and even the tail lights, I had to get them, source them. I had them ready. The old what's left of the stripes. A little bit of Superbee here. You can see it better on the other side. This side's not too bad. It's got some Bondo in it, but, or looks like fiberglass really. I didn't do any body work yet. I just made it so it runs really good. And stops and everything, so. Got a new dual exhaust. Spent money on the seat belts. And some more stickers from the original. And from the paperwork I got, it came from New York. I spent some time in New York. I don't know if it was purchased there, but I did. I mean, it was flooded with junk, and I found one piece of paperwork in it, and I still have it. That's said it was from New York. In the 60s. But then I bought it in North Carolina, so who knows. The frame is really solid. It's got some problems with the trunk pan, but I didn't have to do much with the floor pan. Got a new gas tank. Where is it? No, it is. It's been a while since I worked on it. I mean, it's been running for a long time now. a 57 Dodge Coronet custom Lancer D500, which makes it the Hemi model. But there's a video about that on my channel, so check it out if you want to see more about this car. Although I didn't mention much on it, I didn't do commentary. But it's a decent car. Was originally from California, and then I spent 39 years in Pennsylvania, garage kept by a man who kept the mileage low. It's supposed to have like 50,000 original miles. So it's a neat old car. It's pretty much a survivor. It's got some paint on it. It was painted in 1980, and interior was done in like 2000. But just the seat covers, not the door panels, not the headliner or nothing like that. Isn't that cool? Still smells like a old Dodge. Anyway, that's enough on this. Alright, I'll talk to you in the next video.